Tess, Scott, good morning. I would say it's a simple solution. Now, if you live in Phoenix and there's an alley near you where you're concerned about crime, this is a pretty easy fix. This gate here, a part of the gated alleyway program. And we were joined this morning by Phoenix District 5 Councilwoman Betty Guadardo. Thank you so much for waking up with us. How you doing?
Of course, thank you. Doing great this morning.
Hey, you know what? This gated alley program kind of shows that local government can work for residents who want to see some change. How did this idea come about?
Well, it came about in about 2018, where there were a lot of neighbors that were having a lot of issues in their alleys. I know we had a couple of residents where they had people that they were jumping over the gate, which was not fun for parents to see in their children. And when I was running for office, it was one thing that I kept hearing about. It's like, Betty, the alleys, they're not safe. And then once I got elected, we started looking into the program, and now we've spent about $5.5 million gating alleys. And then this weekend, we were able to celebrate that we've gated our 1,000th alley.
1,000th gated that's been 1,000th alley that's been gated here in the city of Phoenix. Definitely not easy to get those kind of funds for a project like this. What was that like working with your constituents and trying to get this approved?
I mean, it's something that constituents really wanted. I mean, we had a lot of issues in our alleys between blight, between illegal dumping, between drugs that were being used in the alleys. I mean, as you know, people come here, right, and the American dream is to be able to buy your home. And when you feel that your backyard and your alley is no longer safe and that you're losing control over your home, that is always not a lot of fun. And I think neighbors were ready to make a change. They wanted to do something different. They got out there, they got the signatures, they got a majority of the neighbors to sign up onto a petition that needs to be signed in order for us to be able to build these gates, and we were able to get that done, and people were very excited. A lot of people were a little skeptical at the beginning about change. Change is never good for some folks, but once they saw the positive impact that it was having in their alleyways and people being able to feel safe, feeling at peace, being able to use their pools, being able to use their backyards was something amazing.
Somewhat of a simple solution, just a gate, a sturdy one at that. And I spoke with the department director, a 12% reduction in calls for service since this program started. So I guess you could say it's working. I
mean, it is working. I mean, we had trash would get picked up in the alleys, and there was a lot of accidents. So I think it also gives peace of mind to our drivers that are picking up the trash. I think for the neighbors also to be able to say, I'm going to go clean my alley and it's going to stay clean, and that there's no longer going to be any activity. I think it's just peace of mind is something that you can't really negotiate, and for us to be able to give that back to the neighbors has been pretty amazing.
Okay, one last thing, Councilwoman Guadardo. You guys have one problem. Too many people want these gates. So what are you doing to try to get more money to bring more gates throughout Phoenix?
Well, I mean, I think the Blockwatch Grant Committee has been very gracious with us, and of course, the money that's in that grant is to be used to keep our neighborhood safe, and they actually love this program, and we're hoping to be able to go back to them and for them to be able to release more funds for us to continue to do this program.
Okay, Councilman Guadardo, thank you so much for joining us
you.
on Good Morning Arizona. It takes about 6 months, guys, if you're approved to get a gate in your alley, and we have a link on our website. That's azfamily.com if you want to fill out a form and get one of these gates in an alley near you. We'll send it back to you.
Definitely great that the city is offering those. Thank you so much, David, for telling us about